what's up? Welcome back to another edition of the Mandatory Live. If you like the content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. You can also follow us on our social media channels. We're at the Mandatory TKO. You can also see in the description, if you're on the looking at the screen on YouTube, you can see where you can follow us. You can also find it in the description below where it has all the show notes if you're listening to this on the audio side, because you can also find us on the audio side. Yes. So if you got a couple of minutes, leave a rate and review, give us a 5-star, because that's always going to help the channel grow. Claressa Shields. Now, Laila Ali was on that broadcast of, the all women's card. And Laila Ali, they asked her, like, would you fight Claressa Shields? Because, like, let's remember, Laila Ali and Claressa Shields did have a relationship early on. And Laila Ali was one of her mentors. And then I don't know what happened, what went left. And they started to kind of beef a little bit in terms of, greatness. Laila Ali's like 50 years old, by the way. Laila Ali said on that broadcast, I'll do it for like 15, 20 mil. Like, I don't want to hear nothing unless, it's like 15, 20 mil for that fight. Claressa Shields then puts out a video recently last week saying, hey, we got the 15 million, Laila Ali, come and fight me. Okay, so it's 47 years old. So my apologies, because I don't want to make Laila Ali a little bit older. But I mean, she raised the money. She got the money. They have the venue. But Laila Ali's like 47 years old, and like she's doing all this other stuff. She has a book deal. Like, she's in a total different space in her life. She's had kids. So I don't see this fight even happening, but this would be a blockbuster fight, Brian. I think people would want to see this because Laila Ali, one of the greatest of all time, taking on a young great, obviously, in Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields is only like 30 years old. But your thoughts on all of this?
I mean, Laila Ali hasn't boxed professionally since 2007. Like, Claressa Shields was like 12.
Yeah.
And I know Laila Ali was the best of her time, but like this is kind of like, so in MMA, Ronda Rousey was seen as, and not seen as, she is revolutionary because she was the first big star for the women. Like a bigger star than Chris Cyborg, a bigger star than Amanda Nunes, who came later and beat her ass. But at the time when she came out, it was really just her. There were few, if any, peers. Misha Tate maybe being one of them, and then Holly Holm, who's returned to boxing, by the way, kicked her in the head, and that was pretty much it. Like, so with Ronda Rousey, like Laila Ali is kind of in a similar space where it's like you were first, but the sport has gotten a lot better since you left and was getting better on her way out the door. Longer removed too, because Ronda Rousey's peak is still within the last 10-ish years or something to that effect. With Laila Ali, I mean, 2007, we were still in the Bush administration in the States, at least. Like, this is a long ass time ago. The last time she fought, like, this was February of 2007. Chris Benoit was still alive. Like, that's a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, and we're
That makes you
talking
feel
about
old, man. That's my senior year. Like that's my senior year in high school, so I feel hella old right now. But
like,
yeah, she hasn't
like,
fought for a very long time, but it still makes an interesting fight. And I want to go to this comment right here from our good friend IMPK13. Where have you been? We haven't seen you for a minute, IMPK13. The 47-year-old Laila Ali has a better chance to beat Shields than Daniels.
I mean, well,
she does.
Fair.
I
don't want to
very
disrespect
true.
Daniels like that, but I just Claressa Shields, I'd make her a fairly significant favorite over Laila Ali if they were to fight, just because, like, again, this isn't the Manny Pacquiao situation, and even that, I mean, we talked about that extensively on Saturday. At least Pacquiao had 4 years removed and was fighting somebody like Mario Barrios, who we had said even leading up to the fight, while we thought he probably would win, we were like, it's Mario Barrios, like, I don't know, like, and we saw why we had, especially me, had that hint of skepticism. But with Laila Ali, I mean, this is a long time ago. But Laila Ali, again, in her day, she was so dominant. She was a champion. Shit, she was one of the only female fighters I can get on HBO. You know what I mean? Who could fight at Madison Square Garden. And at the time, she wasn't getting the respect she deserved, but also there wasn't that much competition for her. If she came around in this era, there'd be a lot more competition for her. Even though Claressa Shields, like we're talking about her and lack of competition, we also just named a bunch of matchups, that she could have. And part of that is she beat some of these women already. Like she beat a Savannah Marshall already, for
Yeah.
example. But I mean, if it to me, this is a just almost a non-story until it actually gets made. But it is more interesting than her fight coming up, admittedly, and that there's something to be said about that.
I think it's an interesting fight because it's two legends, right? Clarissa Shields is already a legend in the game. And here's the thing, Laila Ali had power. Like, I know we're talking about her competition, but I hate this conversation because you can only fight who's there and in your division. Like you can't fast forward, you can't rewind, and Laila Ali was the greatest of her time. So, despite the fact that I think the skill level was obviously different, women's boxing wasn't that big at the time. It's hard to compare the two, but they're still the greatest of their times. And I think this would be a fight that I would watch, Brian. But obviously, like I haven't heard anything from Laila Ali and her team, so I don't think this fight's gonna get made. I think we're never gonna hear anything about it, but we're gonna hear Clarissa talk about it probably because she will obviously say like, hey, I put up the money and now it's not gonna happen.
I'll read this part of the Bloody Elbows story. Bloody Elbows, outlet that mostly covers MMA but covers boxing as well. You maybe used to be owned by SB Nation. I don't think they are anymore. But Clarissa Shields dubiously claims to have 15 million offer for Laila Ali. This is what you were just talking about. In a video released to TMZ, Clarissa Shields claimed that record label Win Records. Record label Papoose, what are you doing, bro? We're going to put up 15 million in order to get Laila Ali out of retirement. But if you look into the video, all is not what it seems. First of all, there isn't a recognized fight promoter in the video at all, aside from Shields' manager, Mark Taffet, who seems to be the only boxing mind aside from herself, for the fighter herself, excuse me. Ruben Branson's Win Records claims to have organized the money, but their only proof of this is a novelty check from a bank that doesn't exist at an address that also doesn't exist. And that's boxing.
Yeah, pretty much. I want to get to this comment right here. Tony Yayo says Shadeja Green is pretty much most viable for about. And I agree with that. I think the Shadeja Green fight is very, very interesting. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but like Brian said, that's boxing for you, so we're probably not going to hear anything else about it. But we're both thinking Claressa Shields is going to win this one against Lani Daniels, and probably by stoppage or knockout. I'm thinking she should.